All right, let's get it. Upper bracket semifinals. So these players are playing to see who goes into the finals and who goes to the lower bracket semifinals. And it's a pretty big advantage. Oh, that's a weird shift tab coloring. To go to the finals from the winners bracket, as you start with a map win. So the finals is a best of 5. Whoever gets there via the winners bracket will start with a 1-0 lead going into it. So in the top right, we're going to have to stick with these colors because the shift tab gives us just double yellow. So our orange Protoss in the top right is Mevius, and our brown, gray, we'll call it brown. Our brown Zerg in the bottom right is Keen. Neither of these players having dropped a series yet in this bracket. Getting a lot of Zerg tonight, too. Alright, so we do see the pylon going down here at the choke to the natural. Leads me to believe Mevis is probably just going to do kind of like a Forge expand opening. And this is a pretty narrow choke as well. So that should be easy to execute. We'll see if Keen does anything cheesy. Not looking like it. Looks like a 9 pool. Nothing like a super, super early pool, but a little aggressive. You can do on a 2-player map. Forge going down. Yep. It is a 2-player map, but it's kind of nice that Litmus has these 2 gas. You're less concerned about a Protoss gas steal. Oh, that was a cool little interaction. Hides the drone. Probe doesn't get in the way. Is able to drop that hatchery. Does look like he might be going for a double expand here. Where you going, Keen? Alright, yeah, it looks like he's banking up some minerals. 1 pair of Zerglings, just enough to get rid of this scout. They're going to go chase that probe away, and it looks like he's going to save up here and get a 3rd hatchery. Now, the Overlord's going to see the cannons under production. It's going to see that the Nexus has not been started here. Maybe it's doing a good job keeping this probe alive, too. Okay, so 3rd hatchery is down. The Nexus has started here for Mevius. Probes are so annoying. Okay, so the probe is down, so we'll likely see potential tech getting started up here in just a second. So we do see the layer getting started. Both players really focusing just kind of like on economy right now. No huge armies being really constructed. Got 1 zealot kind of plugging this hole. Second one on the way. We do have a Stargate. We're going to probably see some Corsairs coming out here in just a minute. Zell does a really good job of pulling those Zerglings in. Losing a bunch of Zerglings here to the cannons. Kind of a little unfortunate. Another hatchery going down. Keen really powering up here. Being a little greedy. He's got 4 hatches. But Protoss is hanging home. Waiting for these Corsairs to come out. Citadel being warped in. Not a ton of Zerglings, but some. Gonna have to fend off these three zealots. Throwing down the Hydralisk Den. I don't think that that's the primary route that Keen's gonna go either, but it's showing it. Good surround here on these zealots. Zealots are gonna get cleaned up real quick. Is it? There it is. Okay, so he is actually going to go Hydralisks. He's using the Spire to build a few Scourge. Knock out these Corsairs. Only one on the field right now. Another one being built. Oh, this is going to be cool. Oh, I thought he was going to fly those towards these other ones. Ooh, nice flank there. Oh, but doesn't quite connect with both of them. Mevius is going to be able to save that Corsair. Cool little flank idea, though. Oh, no. Getting a little close to the cannons. He's going to fly in. I like he's hanging out over the Stargate. Now, this cannon will finish up. That'll shoo these away. But wondering, I don't know if it's going to finish by the time that this Corsair finishes. And so, might get a free Corsair here. We'll keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, down here, there is an Overlord being shot up. Oh, we missed it. But it did pop out and it died immediately to those Scourge. So, cool move there by Keen. But these Corsair definitely being annoying. Keeping Keen supply blocked. Hydralisks are out now. Keeping the Overlords over. A nice little herd of them. Little group. Looks like the cannon knocked out a Scourge. That overstayed its welcome. Alright, we're starting to have High Templar out on the field. Storm is being researched. Gateways popping up all over the place. Five hatcheries once this one's completed. Oh, here we go. Fourth base about to go up. Might he move this drone? For half a second there, I was like, is that the spot? No. It's up there. Ooh, DT. Now, it looks like Mevius might be, he might end up flying over this base over here and getting a good scout off. Now, the DT's not going to be able to make it up there unless he takes the long way around. Plenty of Hydralisks here with this Overlord. There is a backup one as well if the Corsairs come in and shoot it up. But with the Hydralisks, like, they'll be able to shoot these down, I think. Oh, one almost goes down. Yeah, he's got plenty of Hydralisk here to defend. That DT's not going to be able to get in and get anything done, I don't think. Oh, man. You're just so stupid. The Zealot's wigging out. Alright, so it looks like a little bit of a push out here from Mevius. He might be trying to maybe expand. Grow out on the map a little bit. The Zerg has gotten pretty scary. But the supply is definitely still in Mevius' favor. Mevius has just been sitting back and macroing really hard. Has a shuttle out now. Getting observers. Now, we haven't seen any transition to, like, lurker tech. Oh, there's the lurkers. Never mind, I was going to say. We haven't seen any lurkers being morphed. Well, there they are. So, very timely on the observer. Once it does get out. He still has the storms available until they do show up. But it's going to be popping out here in no time. And there we go. There's the expansion from Mevius. Seen a little bit of a zone defense here with all these Scourge and Hydralisks. Ooh, is he going to catch wind of this? It's DT drop. Here come the Corsairs to shoo away the Overlord. Oh, big Scourge connections, though. Completely wipe it out. He's still going to move forward with the shuttle, though. Not sure if it's being seen by Keen. And if it gets in right here, there's really not much. He's definitely going to get a few drones with this. If he starts attacking. Kind of derping around a little bit. Oh no, that was a bummer for him. A little bit of a missed opportunity. But he did completely clear out this this mineral line. So he's going to have to move Hydralisk up here. Bring in an Overlord. Does get one. And he's just going to get picked up and try to get out of dodge. See if it gets intercepted over here. Maybe. This is a dangerous spot to be if you're a shuttle. Hydralisk in the back, Hydralisk in the front. We got some Scourge over here. Yeah. It wasn't meant to be. Lots of cannons going down up here at the third base for Mevius. Mevius getting his probe transfer on. I want to see a big battle. I want to see a big push from one of these players. Both players have just been powering up. Relatively uncontested. Like, there's been some Corsair harass back and forth. Not much beyond that. The DT was an attempt. But we haven't seen really a lot of fighting yet. Go, big push down the middle from Protoss. Good placement by the lurkers. Gonna keep the Protoss in bay. Keen doing a really good job of kind of concaving around this central alleyway. So Mevius is gonna try to go around, try to secure this high ground. Also taking another expansion behind this. Alright, Mevius is basically maxed out. He's coming in for a big push. So many lurkers here, though. Now, he does have the observers, and he's got some good storms going down. The this is a lot of lurkers, and the Dragoons are just standing right on top of them. A lot of High Templar are likely to go down here. Gosh, dang, those lurkers are shredding everything. The supply swing is definitely going towards Keen's favor, and this entire Protoss army is just getting wiped. Holy crap. Now, I'm curious to see how aggressively Keen unburrows and moves across the map here. Now, once an Overlord, this Overlord's going to catch these, and this Hydralisk is going to blow up those observers. It's 3 observers down. And Mevis is going to have to retreat here. Now, I'm curious if Keen's going to take all this. He's aware of this base. He can maybe just push and kill this and start containing. Or if he's just going to go right up the middle and try to keep Mevius on a back foot. Alright, we see the move out now. Not sure if it's pathing or intentional, but he's kind of going through the middle and up here on the high ground. Does look like he's targeting this base up here in the top left. And this is going to be a really good engagement, I think, for Keen. Now, it depends on where this High Templar go. I was going to say, oh, that's a juicy storm. 4 lurkers going down. Now, the Hydralisks on the high ground doing as much work as they can, but a lot of the army is still back here. So I think Protoss is going to clean this up, but maybe not. He's going to have to regroup. He's got an Archon being formed. The Zealots are moving up. The Observer sees the lurker, though, so okay, it is going to be cleaned up by Protoss. Solid hold there, but the supply is still heavily in favor of Zerg. So we're taking the opportunity to get these probes transferred over here to the 4th base. And continuing to build kind of that Dragoon Zealot High Templar mix. Starting to incorporate some cracklings into the mix. And it does look like we have Defilers. Oh man, I think once Defilers start getting incorporated in this army, Keen's going to be in a very, very good spot. Oh no, if this army gets sucked down here in the middle, it's going to get surrounded. Okay, so these lurkers are going to set up right here, which is going to cut off this 4th base. The Hydras are going to bust it. The Protoss army is working through these lurkers, but not before the Zerglings get all on top of this. Good storms. Oh. Wow, and the Zerglings just went to town up there. Lost a lot of lurkers, a lot of Hydralisks to get this done, but effectively wiped out all the mining going on up here at the 4th, and the 2nd wave is coming. Lurkers set up on the high ground, more Zerglings, more lurkers, more Hydralisks coming in, splitting the army in half here. Now the lurkers are bunched. This would be a juicy storm target if these High Templar don't die. Storms going down on the Hydralisks. And still holding. Mevius is still holding, but he's almost at half the supply now. We're at the point where Keen just has his engine rolling. There we go. That's a nice, juicy storm. Ugh. Storm is ridiculous. But Mevius has had enough. He throws in the towel. GG. That is going to put Keen up 1-0. I don't know if I like this text thing. Might just go back to not doing it. Alright. Let's go into map number 2 on this upper bracket semifinals. That was a nice long round. See if the colors are better this time. Nope. Still just yellows. Alright, so Mevius, our orange Protoss, is up in the top right. We do have a cross spawn on this 4-player map. And we've got Keen, our purple Zerg, down in the bottom left. The last game we saw Keen go to a really fast kind of like 3 hatchery, like Hydra build. And we saw Mevius sit on 2 bases for a long time after doing a Forge expand. Went into Corsairs. Tried to get some DT action. Didn't quite pay off. But I really like that combo. You know, Corsairs go out, they kill all the overlords, and then the DTs come in where there's no detection and just start wrecking house. So we see the pylon at the natural choke going down again. There's a pylon, or not pylon, probe, going down to the bottom right to get some scouting off. Okay, so probably hide this drone, come right back out, throw down the expansion. Did that last time as well. Doesn't look like Mevis is going to go back out and check right now. Now, the last time... Okay, so he is going to go back out. He's going to check. He's going to identify. Yep. He expanded. Yep. That's a hatchery. Cool, cool. Comes back up. Last time we saw, yeah, just a pair of Zerglings get made to chase around this probe, and then a third. Probe almost dead. Is going to have to run away. Now we see this drone. I think this drone's going to go and make... Oh no, the third is already being made. Okay, so he's taking this high ground off to the right of his bane to get that third base down. Looks like we're probably going to see a similar strategy from Keen that we did last map. And Forge Expand going on down here for our Protoss player. This Zergling's trying. I don't think it's going to make it, though. Nope, probe survives. Oh! It didn't want to, though. It came back out as, like, trying to draw the Zerglings into the cannons, no doubt. Alright, yeah, same build from both players. Except for the... Oh, okay, there's the Zealot. I was going to say, I don't know where the Zealot is. Oh no, it ran right out into that. But the Zerglings aren't being duped into getting in range of those cannons, so that's definitely helpful. Not losing any this time. Going up in the lair, probably see Spire, get some Scourge, get the Hydra Den. There's the Stargate for the Corsairs. Same dance, different map. Already bringing the Overlords home. Last time we saw him move across the map with 3 Zealots. This time, with it being cross-spawn on a 4-player map, I don't think we'll probably see that again. A little bit different on Litmus. A little bit closer. But definitely enough to poke out and try to get some of these Zerglings, the Zergling numbers down. Okay, so 4 Zealots this time. Does look like he's going to try and move out a little bit for some Sunkens. Keep the Zerg player honest. We have the 4th hatchery going down. Zealots are going to head home. Okay, Corsairs are out on the field. Ooh, a 5th hatchery. No Scourge in production yet. Corsair pretty much has free reign. Hydra Den is going down right now somewhere. Right there. So we're going to see Hydras poking out here real soon. We do have Scourge being morphed out of this base. We'll see if it can catch this Corsair. But last time, Mebius was pretty quick on getting these out of the way. Going to lose one Overlord. I don't think he's going to lose this one. Oh, he's going to... He did get it. Okay, so Corsair down. And it looks like Mebius is trying to take an earlier 3rd than last time. Now, Litmus, the 3rd base is a little tricky to get to. Zergling explosion across the map. Look at that. Beautiful. Right in the nick of time, too. He's going to see this being attempted. And effectively deny it. Going to force Mebius to bring his Zealots up here. He's going to bring all the Zerglings up here as well. Now, definitely plenty of Zealots to take care of this. Might be able to snipe this probe, though. Ooh, and the cannon. Oh, is he going to get the Nexus? Kills the Nexus. Beautiful. I wasn't paying attention to the resources, though. Mebius might have actually just canceled that. Alright, we have Hydralisk coming out in force. Got some Scourge mixed in here with the Overlords. And we already have Storm on the way for Mebius. So it looks like he's... Well, I was going to say that he built less Corsairs, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Got 3 out on the field right now. See if there's enough Hydralisks. With the high ground... And these Zealots kind of walling this off. This might be a little tricky. But if Keen is able to keep this base under wraps, it'll be very strong for the Zerg. Ooh, it does look like Mebius is going to have to pull back. Does cancel the Nexus. Very strong move there by Keen. Preparing for a Hydra bust here. We do have High Templar entering the field, but don't know. Okay, we might have 1 Storm available. Does get it off. Gets a lot of damage done. Kills a bunch of Hydralisks. Now the Zealots are going to have to come and lift their weight. Unfortunately, not fighting in range of the cannons. Going to have to move back a little bit. Loses a High Templar out here that was a little stranded. Now the Corsairs are going to come in and try to take out these Overlords, but that's not going to really do much. The Hydralisks are going to knock those out real fast. And now the Hydras are starting to go to work. Oh, a huge Storm, though. That's 1 cannon down. Only 1 more remaining. It is being blunked away, spat on. And there's nothing left. There's nothing here. This might be it. And that is GG. Keen takes the series 2-0 over Mebius, and Keen will be entering the finals with 1 map win. Alright, very cool. So that means that next time we'll do the lower bracket semis for Brood War number 4, or number 8 rather, and then we'll do the finals for Brood War number 8. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you all later.